Hey guys, my name is Cidiac and welcome back to another episode of SnowTown here in City Skyline, where guys, I got some good news and I got some bad news. Before we jump straight into it, for quite the longest time right now, I have been suffering with many issues in terms of this industry not being able to give the goods to the commercial area. And guess what? I figured out what the issue was. Now, for everybody saying, Cedric, you got to do this, you got to do that, you need to get this set up, your industry's too far away, you need more commercial, you need more warehouses. That is not the issue. That is not the issue. That could have been the issue maybe at the start of the game, but I forgot I had a mod installed, and I'll show you in just a moment. So you can see right now, these guys are complaining about there's not enough commercial goods. These guys complain about there's not enough buyers for the products. And we have a lot of warehouses that are completely filled to the brim. Now, it could be many issues. You could say this and that and whatever. But it turns out, I got a mod that I completely forgot about, which shows us our city limits. And if you take a look at all the limits right now, but I want to draw your eyes and attention to vehicles active. I can't have any more vehicles in the city. I am at capacity with how many vehicles we have in the city. Now you're thinking, yo, Seniac, what does that mean? Why is this all still complaining? Well, let's put it like this. We have a lot of goods here that we need to ship to the commercial area. And we can't ship them because we can't generate any more vehicles. So because we can't generate any more vehicles, all these factories are going to die because they can't, like this factory right here, can't get any goods to the buyer because I can't generate another vehicle to collect the goods and take it to where it needs to get to. And then when you take a look at this end, this commercial place is complaining about there's not enough goods to sell because there isn't any vehicles to bring the goods over to here. I don't know how many episodes right now I've been complaining. Turns out I've reached my vehicle limit in the city. And if you didn't realize this kind of stuff exists, there is a mod called Show City Limits, and it gets to show you all the limits because the game does have limitations. So that's the bad news in terms of we've finally figured out what is going down. It's not because I'm doing something wrong, because for the longest time I thought I was doing something wrong. I was raging all the time. So because there's no vehicles to collect the goods, these factories eventually die out, which is why you get all these little gaps and spaces. Now, the vehicles that we do currently have, the factories that aren't complaining, they're the ones that were able to get a vehicle. Now, you could say, yo, Sediac, well, then why don't you just build more train stations? They can then take it via train. It still requires a vehicle to get to the train station and a vehicle to come out the other end of the train station and take it to the commercial area. A lot of people are saying, yo, Sediac, you need to kind of balance your warehouses and factories. I could do that. I could set the warehouses to be empty, but there's no vehicles to sell the goods. So that is the main issue. We finally figured it out, boys. We finally figured it out. So appreciate everyone who gave me some ideas and fixes and all that kind of jazz. But it turns out I ain't got enough vehicles in the city. Now, do not worry, because I have found a mod called More Vehicles, on the Steam Workshop, which I've downloaded it. I haven't enabled it. What I should have done really was enabled it and then tested it out. But I kind of wanted to show you guys my city limitations right now and show you that I am at capacity to the point where I cannot get any more vehicles. That's the bad news, right? The good news is I got a mod. The mod apparently ups the vehicles to 65,000. Now, that's not to say that I'm going to install it right now and we're going to be working as normal, because I don't know how many vehicles this city actually needs. It could still need more than 65,000, I don't know. But what I'm nervous about doing it is, we've got them built the city to its current standard right now, with the limit of 16,000 vehicles throughout the city. What's it going to be like with up to 65,000 in? Are we going to be able to handle the traffic? I'm kind of nervous. But first things first, we do need to kind of see if this is going to work. So. Let me just get rid of that for a second. And now I've got it installed. I don't know whether I've got to go back to the main thing. I'm going to have to go back to the main screen and kind of re-enable it. So we'll get that sorted. I'll reload the game back up. And then we'll see where we're at. I'm not going to lie to you guys right now. Kind of nervous. I've now reloaded the game. But whew, this is a completely untested mod. Now, normally I like to kind of test things out and stuff like that, but I thought I'd just kind of enable it, see what happens. And there's a few things I found out straight away. One, you need to have the latest version of the Traffic Manager Present Edition. You need version 11 plus. I had to change my advanced vehicle options mod from 1.8 to 1.9, and I think that is really all I've had to do. If I go to the limits right now, you can see it's gone from 16,000 to 18,000. But what I noticed is this kind of maximum capacity number increases with the available vehicles. So that will just keep climbing that number. We're now up to 19,000. But it will cap out at 65,000. So it won't just display 65,000 from the get-go. It will just kind of go up with the number until it reaches that. So straight away, 20,000. We've added an additional 4,000 vehicles. Oh my goodness me. Now, something else that's not really good about this mod is the fact that it kind of breaks your save games. So I'm going to have to save this as a separate single save file. And if next episode we're back at square one, then the new save file corrupted with this new untested mod. But it would just be interesting to see exactly what happens. Look at that right now. Over 5,000 vehicles are now being added. So I wonder what that's going to kind of balance out at. It's going to kind of mean that we're going to have a lot of there's a lot of vehicles now entering in. We're also going to see a lot of vehicles like kind of exiting a lot from the industry area. And straight away, all of this industry is no longer complaining. And that's because it can produce a vehicle to carry the goods to where they need to get to. Now, this more vehicles mod doesn't just include vehicles as in cars, trucks, whatever. It also includes trains, planes, boats. So I thought there was... I didn't realize that, but I thought we had no traffic right now. Just wait, boys. Just wait. Now, this seems to be stuck, this train. So if I delete this, will it allow the other trains to come through? Yeah. Allow them to do what they've got to do. So look at the amount of vehicles now coming out of the warehouses, because we can now produce vehicles, so they're going to send them straight to the commercial areas that need the goods. Now, first things first, from the get-go, we're going to see a lot of issues. So all these commercial areas are still complaining, so we just got to wait until they do get their goods. We're going to see a lot of issues, a lot of traffic issues, until everything dies down. So once everyone's got their goods and we kind of slowly go back to normal, it's going to be all sweet. We need up to 7,000 additional vehicles. That's crazy. The fact that we're at to the point where we needed an additional 7,000 vehicles to be able to kind of run SnowTown. Which by doing this also might trigger a lot of our demands as well. It'll also help with the death waves because it obviously produces more garbage trucks, more hearses when people die, more service vehicles like police and fire and all that. So a lot of the issues that we were, basically going to have should hopefully now slowly get solved. So, I can't believe how crazy this is. We're going to see a lot of traffic, like I said. But I'm hoping with all these little tweaks that we've been doing in the past few episodes, we can kind of get through the traffic, can kind of sort itself out a whole lot quicker. So we got a load of warehouse over here that will kind of like start disembarking all the cargo. So there we go. That is what the issue was, guys. I didn't have enough vehicles. Now I'm going to have too many vehicles, and we're going to push the city to its complete limits. So the biggest thing is right now then is these guys over here, it's all filled up with commercial goods, and now they have the ability to send it to a commercial area. Whether that being getting the goods to the planes, to the trains, just driving it out of here. I've got to try and get the vehicles out as quick as possible. So if I go into whatever the game would consider ×9 at this point, it's slowly pushing the vehicles out. So they're slowly filtering out right now, doing their best. Got a lot of vehicles coming in on the highway right now. Holy moly. So they'll just do what they've got to do. Which, once these now don't die out, and then the commercial areas will get their goods, we should slowly start seeing all the little gaps that kind of eventually disappeared because we couldn't, satisfy the needs, slowly come back together. So I think we're going to, rebirth life into SnowTown. This is crazy. I don't know if I agree with this or not. I really don't know if I agree with this or not, guys. This is going to be kind of weird. But for the most part, like I said, we're going to see a ridiculous... I wonder what my average traffic flow is right now. Just for the funsies. So it's currently at 81%. I expect it to get a whole lot worse. But like I said, with the fixes and stuff that I've been doing recently, I'm hoping it will turn out pretty well. So, right. A lot of these guys are coming in because they're wanting to drive to over here, the airport, to get rid of the goods. So, even if I did sort this junction out right now, they can't filter out quick enough. Unless I did like a... do we have like a double road system here? No. So, if I turn this then into a... I'm just trying to do little things right now. Let's kind of aid the situation. So, if I... bam, sort a lot of this out right now... So this is all highway road, but the purpose of it is to create double lines either side. Now, making sure it keeps all the stuff in there, yeah, the giveaways in there, yeah. So it creates 2 lanes to filter onto the roundabout with, thus hopefully getting rid of the traffic a little bit quicker. If I set up dedicated little turning lanes here, so if I did some you know, actually, you know what? No, actually, I will. I will do some symmetrical roads here. So symmetrical roads with the double leading out. Why can't I flip that road around now? It won't let me do it. Oh wait, it's already done. There we go. So basically, right, leading out of this area, we're setting it up. So I'm going to use the little lane connectors right now so I can visually see how to do this. So if it goes there, obviously these guys are going to have to merge with them right now. It is what it is. Allow that to go straight ahead or turn. That becomes the turn as well. That one can pretty much go... well, that's going to be... Wait, hold on. Oh, no, sorry. That goes there and there. I got confused then for a second. My mind's baffled. My mind is legit baffled right now. But that hopefully eases any a little bit. It won't do much, but it'll ease it a little bit to get the vehicles out of here. So the more vehicles we can get out quicker, the quicker we can clean this and get, like I said, just get vehicles pumping out as quick as possible. A lot of these guys want to filter up this way and straight out. So maybe I, set up the symmetrical road to continue going all the way down. Oh, no, there we go. And do it going that way. So we're doubling it up because some of them are going to want to go in different or certain directions. So it's all set up there right now to kind of filter them through. So we're just going to give it time. Time is what we're going to give it, and at the minute, time is all we've got. So that will slowly start pushing that through. This, on the other hand, is the situations and issues in completely different areas. A lot of it, again, they're all fighting, trying to get in here because they want to get to the airport. A lot of them do. And some of them just want to get to the warehouse and fill the warehouses up. So like I said, it's going to take... I reckon it's going to take a good hour. Like, I literally think it's going to take a good hour before the city settles down, before we get some normality going back on again. So how many vehicles we're up to right now? So, oh my goodness me, 8,000 vehicles. We needed an additional 8,000 vehicles at this point. Now, I wonder if once the city's kind of finally settled down, if the overall vehicle numbers will slowly drop. Because at the moment, it's just like we've had all of a sudden, 100% demand. And then once it's all done, it all kind of settles and it goes back into like the normal routine. If that number will drop, that will be kind of interesting to see. But looking at it, zoned blocks, we are... Are we at our limit for zone block? Oh, no, because again, it climbs with what we're doing. So because all these are green, we're nowhere near our limit just yet. The limit is actually 48,000. There we go. All right, sweet. You can see the limit here for active vehicles, 65,000. Are we at the limit for anything? Buildings? No. No. Transportation lines. I didn't realize you can only have 256. That's interesting. So no, the answer is No, we're not at the limit of any of this. Tiles, maybe, but I got that mod that kind of extends it. That's really interesting. Really interesting right now. So many vehicles tooting along everywhere. So they're all filtering out, getting to where they need to get to. It's just all of a sudden we've just got like a gazillion vehicles on the road. It's hilarious. So traffic flows. Do you know what? Considering there's more vehicles, the traffic flow is pretty standard. These haven't really filled up yet. These warehouses, I don't believe. No. And we're still waiting for goods to kind of get over here. It's going to fill up a lot of ships. We see a lot of ships right now coming over and dropping those goods in. But it's slowly disappearing, the demands right now, which is cool to see. We're going to have a lot of vehicles coming down here because this is the main point to get to the peninsula area from the highway. So you can see there's a lot of vehicles turning off to go around right now and vice versa. This has been really interesting. Now, whether this mod still works next episode, I don't know. I'll create a completely separate save game file, so I can always revert back to the original without, kind of corrupting this one, which again is going to be really, really interesting. So they're doing what they've got to do. They're all turning out. It's just that many vehicles. It's going to take some time. They're all coming out as well. And it's a little bit of everything. They're trying to fill the warehouses up. They're trying to get to where they need to get to. We're doing our thing, boys. We're slowly doing our thing. So is there any other ways in which I can aid the process? I think it's slowly dying down right now because there's not that much backup for the vehicles here. It just is what it is, isn't it? It's just going to take some time. Okay. So is there any other areas in terms of traffic that I'm not aware of that I've now creeped up? We got a lot of vehicles around here. Anything over here right now? There's a few. Ooh, we got some train traffic, boys. We got some train traffic. Now that's going to be interesting. One, I'm not worried about the train traffic because everyone can stop and start and everyone goes when they need to go. You can see them all just slowly moving. But again, now we have all this demand heading out. We can now produce a lot more trains, which a lot more trains clog up the network. But I'm really happy with how we kind of built all these junctions over here. And everybody just waits their turn. So I'm not worried about the trains too much. You know what? I'm not worried about the trains at all. Let's just say that right now. I'm not worried about the trains at all. They'll wait their turn. They'll move. It's all good. Are we seeing any more people using our big underground tunnel? Not as much as you would expect it to be, considering that's like a direct link to get over to this area. Oh, okay, we got a little bit of a... Oh, no, we don't. No, we don't. It was the trees putting me off. I thought we had some issues there, but it turns out we don't. Train... Oh, no, vehicles are down. Oh, someone not got the heating. Someone's not got heating. How much have you got to zoom into that to kind of see it? So why have you guys not got heating? And how far away... The heating kind of ends here. So somebody... Oh, these guys don't even have power right now. Oh, because they're not even connected to the same freaking grid. I mean, it would help if they were connected to the same grid, wouldn't it? Alright, bring that straight over to there, which that is connected to the main grid, which those guys will be connected to it. Have we now got the heating? No. And where are we storing this heating, by the way? Is it all over here right now? No, not over here. It's all over here, which we don't really currently have the capacity for it. So 80 megawatts. Oh my goodness me. 80 megawatts is the best one we've got. Oh no, 120 here for the boiler station, which these are a lot smaller. Why am I not using boiler stations over here? My mind continues to be boggled. I never know why. Never know why. Never know what is going on. So that will add in more production. When they're all hooked up. There we go. So 2,190 on the old production. Which should give... Where was the issue? Yeah, we're all sorted right now for that. Right, back to normal situations. So a lot of traffic over here, which again I fully expect because it's to do with the warehouses. But that's really it, isn't it? I mean, you're going to get a lot of traffic in this downtown area right now as all the commercial areas slowly get their goods back. Some issues just around here, but that's the turn-off point because a lot of vehicles are coming on and off the highway to get to where the goods need to be. Do you know what, guys? I will say this right now. Even with, let me figure it out. Even with an additional 8,000 vehicles on the road, apart from the bits that we fully expect, like this area, because again, it's so concentrated with goods. I mean, it ain't bad, is it? It could definitely be a whole lot better, but it ain't bad. Come on, right now. Yeah, all this now slowly starting to clear. The backlog is slowly starting to clear. We're kind of semi going back to normal in many ways. In many ways, we're kind of slowly going back to normal. Not too sure how long until we are at normal. But yeah. Right, okay. So, industry, no longer complaining. Commercial areas, still here and there. But it's again, all the vehicles are in traffic jams, so give them time. Give them time. But the biggest indication you could see Snowhatton here was complaining big time. It's only like 4 or 5 possible buildings right now complaining. So that's really good. I feel like we just like won the lottery. Because this is what you got to think of. I've been trying to solve issues and figure stuff out and test stuff here and there. And no matter what I did, it was just never working. You guys were giving me like, I bet you guys are getting frustrated too with all these like things you were suggesting. And it just wasn't working. And it turns out we've reached our vehicle capacity. I feel stupid for not checking those limits earlier, but I didn't think we were actually anywhere near those limits, to be honest with you. I didn't actually think that. And actually, it makes me now think back to like, because I'm starting to get a little bit of death coming up, but it actually makes me think back to the death wave, like why we couldn't solve the death wave as quick as we did when we had like huge capacity. And it makes sense. Well, we didn't have enough vehicles, so how were they meant to produce enough hearses to pick the bodies up? Yeah, I know. Stupid. So what we should actually do is turn this here into a one-way road coming in. Because everyone coming down here can come to a one-way road. Everyone coming out just goes straight up and minimises the amount of crisscross that we are creating. So if I turn this then into a one-way road, just to kind of bring the vehicles in. There we go. And I know it doesn't solve all of this because the issue's further up because these guys are getting priority coming around the roundabout. But at least it solves, when they do get down to here, a lot of these issues. So everyone will come around instead of going and shoot straight up. Thus filtering out the traffic a little bit more easier and bringing the traffic in a little bit more easier too. And it's just never ending, isn't it? Maybe we could get away with like an additional connection. Could we utilize this road here? I wonder if we could. So if I brought this road up. So I could do a connection, say, there. So if I did that there. Where is that there? So it's coming from here. Wow, how did that mess up right at the last minute? Alright, let's try that again, boys. So if I delete that back a bit more. And then what kind of bend we're looking at? So a 13 by 13. Ooh, an unlucky number. It could spell trouble. But what that's going to allow us to do right now, because we still have so much vehicles coming in this way, once they enter there, they're always going to win priority over the people coming in here. So if I kind of create this little right-hand turn right now, filtering the traffic a little bit quicker, should be able to get it all in. And we'll just kind of see what happens and what we get coming from this. So I'll give it a minute or two for them to kind of figure out that they can now go down this new potential route. Get rid of traffic lights there. Push them all through. Man, they really getting the raw end of the deal, these guys, aren't they? They really are. So this is all looking nice and flowy right now, which is actually providing a lot more vehicles that head out this way, which is actually quite interesting. Like, are they going to turn left? Are they going to turn right? Like, what is their options that they have? I don't fully know. But vehicles going down here is less vehicles going down here, I suppose. And, I mean, unless they wanted to do a right-hand turn right now, I don't know. Oh, it could be that they're coming up here to go down there because I've sorted this out into a one-way road. So if I now put this back to a normal setup, so that they can go that way, I just want to ultimately see what happens. Enough vehicles haven't moved across here just yet to allow people to start turning right and coming in. We'll give that some time to pass through anyway. So, right, okay. So, still a few little buildings here and there complaining. But do not fret, do not worry. You will eventually get your goods. It's just we got to simulate. The game simulates so slow right now. And they're starting to make that little right-hand turn, which is good to see. Very good to see right now. So more vehicles are coming in, which are going to create more chaos for this area. But at least we're getting our vehicles coming in, guys. At least we're getting our vehicles coming in. So we get up to here then. I could whack a roundabout on here. Couldn't I? Do you reckon that would be a good idea? Stick a roundabout here. Right, let's do it. Let's whack a roundabout here. Get some progression. So a 3-lane highway. By 60. I mean, it's pretty flowy, this junction anyway, but we'll just kind of like improve it slightly. So we'll sort out right now then. No crossing. Oh, wrong one. There we go. La-di-da-di-da. That's all done. Do the giveaway. There we go. So things can keep a-moving. Things can definitely keep a-moving right now. Get some movement on the go over here. Very good. Very, very, very good right now. And would it be ideal or worthwhile me creating the ability for these guys to maybe connect up to the highway? Because if a lot of them or some of them want to do exit and you know, head to the opposite end of SnowTown right now, is it worthwhile them having the ability to kind of jump onto the highway? That's my next question. Now, I don't know how beneficial that's going to be for any of them. And we have that little connection just over here. I just wonder if I kind of did something like that. Whether that is beneficial to come down here and then maybe they'll jump up onto the highway and go in the direction that they need to go in. I just wonder if that would be kind of handy for any of them, to be honest with you. Because I can just utilize an existing connection that's kind of like, like it's utilize an underutilized connection. So what would be interesting to see if these guys over here coming through now, right now, are they going to go right and then pick to go left or right? Or are they just pretty much borderline going straight down? Because it's just another connection to get out of this area. Probably. Oh no, one's used it. Two's used it. Are we going to get a third one? Yes, we are. Are we going to get a fourth one? Yes, we are, boys. Okay, it is definitely handy for some vehicles. And all I got to say is, guys, every vehicle that uses that is one less vehicle going around this merry-go-round system. So, I suppose it's all good in the end, right? It's all good in the end. Oh, what is going on over here? We got some train issues? You are blocking everybody right now. Naughty train. Right, there we go. And you're doing the same. Who are you? Why are you causing issues? Why are some of these trains just completely like just dying? That's the second time in this area it's done that. It could be that I've glitched out some of the trains and they're just completely stuck. These guys are all okay, right? Yeah, they're all still waiting for their turn to move. But it is backed up for days right now. That is the great side of things when it comes to using an untested mod. Or even that you could argue that I've added in so many freaking trains onto this system right now. It is what it is. But the fact that that train wasn't being loaded shows you there was definitely something wrong. Where does the train reappear? So they don't reappear just there. So something's amiss. No. They're just waiting. There we go. So because that train wasn't loaded, obviously it looked like it kind of glitched out. But I think we're going to get that happening a few times, to be honest with you. Just see how it goes. So this whole area right now looks more free-flowy. And we're just working our way right now to sorting out the roads at the back. And again, like I said, we'll slowly get through those. But they're all doing the same thing. They're either coming in or they're going out. At least we can utilize this junction connection here and filter them out that way a little bit easier. So this will take a while to clear because of how much stuff is definitely going on. So I feel like we're getting a few little buildings slowly starting to grow back, which is a good sign. We are currently at, 25,000. We're up to 9,000 vehicles right now. Damn. By the damn. I wonder what the number's going to top out at. That's going to be really interesting, isn't it? That really is. It's quite exciting to kind of watch it all happen and all unfold, isn't it? I feel like you boys have discovered fire. Right, is this issue over here happened again? No, a vehicle's coming round, which means this train should head in. But it always gets stuck here. So there is an issue here somewhere. So if I delete that, because sometimes stuff breaks. I mean, it does. At the end of the day, it just does break, doesn't it? And that's now able to kind of push that vehicle in. So something there was stopping that train from doing what it needed to do. Which the trains can now slowly come in. Clearing the little backlog. And then we Gucci boys. But I don't think this is a very good setup anyway. I haven't really done the measurements right or whatnot. So a train now heads out. Train comes in. This train now moves. And there's a few options for this train. You can either go straight ahead or turn. Choosing to go straight ahead, we're now starting to see some movement. So that train now heads out. That train's continuing. Train pulls in. There we go. Right. I think it was just a little, sometimes, yeah, just doing that, just like deleting the train line and replacing it back down, kind of solves a few little issues here and there. There we go. So, looking a little bit more free over here. Still got a little bit of backlog over here as it all slowly comes out. Still got some backlog over here. This used to go all the way up to here a bit more, so that's kind of dying down a little bit. But we'll get there. We will get there, boys. In this life or the next. How the train lines over? That's looking alright. Not too much traffic going on over here. Still got a few little complaints here and there. The vehicles will eventually get over there. I'm happy. Well, I'm happy now. We'll see next episode if I'm still happy. But if I apply this logic to my other SimCity games like Fool's Kingdom or Woodville, I wonder if, I mean, I'm nowhere near the limits on anything on Fool's Kingdom. Woodville, on the other hand, I don't know. I doubt it. It's not as huge as like this city, so I very much doubt it. But having the ability right now to go even more vehicles, just imagine if I enabled the real-time mod in SnowTown. I think we call it game over. I delete City Skylines at that point. Game over. Because that would be a little bit too over the top. It really would. Okay, yeah, so I'm just watching the trains. They're doing their thing. They're rocking and rolling. But because of them issues of them coming back in and out, waiting, it is causing a few little hold-ups on my line in general, bringing, trains in. It's a very popular stop, this one, but I feel like I might need to make the entry line a little bit longer or something like that. Or have another line that kind of bypasses all of this too will be kind of handy. Alright, and sweet, mate. Sweet. Warehouse is not too shabby. Okay, pretty good. So, like I said, I reckon it's going to take another good hour to simulate all this through to kind of get it to where it needs to get to. So I'll just kind of leave it for next episode anyway. And then once it's all kind of sorted itself out, got back into a normal routine, you know, we're at to the point where things are running normal again, then we continue the expansions. Like I said, which also might now start encouraging growth. I know we've got no demand for growth, but when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, I've got so much zoning. If any demand does pop up, like a little bit of industrial right there, I have so much space in some of these areas for a factory to go down, it's going to use all the current zoning that I do have. So again, that's even going to be a while before we have any excess that I've got, you know, all the my current zoning areas are kind of then complete. So it's just a case of giving it some time. That's literally all we can do at this point. And I just want to say, guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode. Anybody else feel kind of like that kind of feeling, like, you know, relieved that we now figured out what the issue was with all this industrial stuff? It does bring a whole bunch of new, you know, issues and problems, but damn, boys, feeling good. And on that note, we are going to end it for here. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below, and until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.